All right, shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all your brethren, teaching his word in all sincerity and in truth. All right, shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, shalom. I'm the brother Damal Gabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify, through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. All right, and I've done a lesson on this page before at Crypto Casey and fair use. All right, I'm not monetizing this video or making any money. I'm just using it for educational purposes because she makes some good points. And, she's going into things that, starting with the elders and the apostles, we've been warning you, Jake, about, which is ultimately this system, which is going to eventually lead to the mark of the you-know-what, the MOTB, which is the implantable micro C-hip. And, all of this digital prison, this digital access, all of this, everything going digital, that she's going to explain in this video is all ultimately leading to the mark of the beast, man. All right. And this is why they're pushing so heavy on getting this this system in place. This is why they're meeting right there. This is why they're meeting in Davos right now to, to finalize to finalize this this NWO, which is going to lead to total control over every single citizen and person on this earth via this digital prison system. But it's going to be presented as peace and safety. It's going to be presented as, more convenience. It's going to be, presented as the perfect plan and foolproof and a way to, put everything back in order to, to be the perfect system, which it's a perfect system, but for the elites, man, for these international bankers, for the powers that be to have total control over every single aspect of everybody's lives, man. You see, and this is why part of the WEF slogans, part of it is you will own nothing and be happy. This is why they're telling you you're going to eat the bugs. This is why they're going, they want to put you in these 15-minute cities. This is why they're bringing this system to totally oppress and to enslave you, completely. And you hear her, this chick, Crypto Casey, a lot of these people talking about, well, we're going to have a system that's going to operate outside of that system. That's not going to happen. All right. You don't think these devils are calculating and banking on people trying to use, have ways that's outside of their control, outside of the system. Now, could there possibly be ways that you can operate outside of their system and be successful and have, and not be on the grid? Yeah, maybe so. But you think these devils are going to allow you that option and that crawl space to to operate outside of their control? Absolutely not. But, these people are going to try, but it's going to fail miserably. But that's why we've been telling you Israelites out there, the only chance and only, a choice we have is in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which is our faith in the Most High, right? We're not looking to be a part of the system, nor try to find a lane to where we can operate outside of this man's system. Look, we want we're banking on the return of our champion, our savior Yahweh Shai, coming back and putting an end to all of this bullshit, man, and establishing his kingdom, his authority, our rulership on this planet Earth, which is going to be in complete and total righteousness, man. All right, so I'm gonna play a little bit of this video, maybe about a couple minutes, then I'm gonna go into some precepts because hey, this is what they're meeting in Davos about right now. Is finalizing this plan in order to bring it down upon you people, man. And all these other distractions, we know that the whole thing in Minneapolis is part of the distraction, is part of their agenda as well, to bring civil war, to bring in the Insurrection Act, to be able to pretty much start deeming you American citizens as terrorists, and so they can be justified and deceiving you people into believing that we're going to need everybody's going to need to be able to be identified digitally, because, you got a lot of homeborn terrorists. You got all this going on, people with opinions that's dangerous. People are posting things online that shouldn't be posted. So we have to control these things. We have to control, your right to have free speech. We need to control, particular freedoms that you have here in America, because they're ruining the system. They're causing this place to collapse. And the only way to really, to fix it is by allowing us to bring in this dystopian, technocracy, man. It's all part of a greater scheme of everything at the end of the day. But what's the most important for you tribes out there is, hey, first and foremost, hoping and praying that we're part of the elect, and that you know, and that, hey, we're covered by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. But I'm gonna play a couple minutes of this video and just go into it, because hey, these things are all prophetic. These things are all scriptural, and it's our job and our duty to blow the trumpet and to warn you, Jake, over and over and over again, as being prophets, until this thing finally comes, so that when it does come, you've been prepared, you've been warned, and ultimately the blood is going to be off of our hands, man. So with that, let me play this video, a couple minutes.
And it's coming to a country near you. For Europeans, sooner than later. All right, so what else is on the agenda? Next week in Davos, they are finalizing digital identities, digital IDs. And it's not just some digital version of our driver's licenses or passports. These digital IDs...
Remember, like we've been saying for the longest here at Great Millstone, starting with the Elders and the Apostle, digital IDs will eventually lead to the MOTB, will lead to the micro C-HIP, man, will lead to the mark of the beast, man, okay?
These are what they call wallet-based digital IDs. They want to link our identities with internet access and with our bank accounts, where the programmable digital money they have complete control over is stored. They're framing this as convenience and security. Just scan your...
See, you know what the scriptures say. When they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. This whole system that they're getting ready to unload on you people is total deception. It's going to seem like it's for your safety and for peace, but ultimately it's to enslave you digitally, man. It's to give these devils complete and total control over every aspect of your life, man. You see, that's why, they're setting the system up now to where in the future, if you don't have your digital ID set up, you cannot get a bank account. No questions asked. There's no way around it. You see, they're forcing the system on you, whether you want it or not, whether it's constitutional or not, whether it violates your rights or not. This is the system they're coming with, and they're basically telling you, look, either. That's why we always read in which I got it, Revelations 13. It tells you how he had power to kill those that didn't worship the image of the beast, and the image is this system that they're bringing. Now, we know it goes back to the ancient Roman Empire, but the modernized version of it is this digital system that they're bringing down upon you people. You're going to have to worship this system. You're going to have to give up your digital. If you want a bank account, if you want to have internet access, if you want to get a job, if you want to receive CBDCs, if you want to receive your basic income or welfare or food stamps or any help or any services from the powers that be, if you want to have a driver's license, if you want to get on a plane, you're going to have to acquiesce to this system, point blank, period. You're going to have to basically worship it. You're going to have to basically allow it to invade your space, and you're going to have to receive, give up, whatever the prerequisite require in order for you to receive, access to the system. You're going to have to acquiesce to this system, point blank, period. Otherwise, you'll be killed. You'll be separated from functioning within society, point blank, period, man. You see, and this is the very craftiness of this damn devil. See, he's not going to have to force it down your throat at gunpoint. He's just going to create the system to where if you don't give him, if you don't give up your biometrics and what they want in order for you to receive and to interact within that system, hey, you're out. Oh, well, you're going to starve. You're going to die. You're going to be ostracized. You're going to be homeless. You're going to be killed, man. Whether it's literally or in a sense of not being able to buy or sell.
Space to access your bank and digital currency. No more passwords. No more fraud. Here's the trap. Once your digital ID is linked to your bank account and your internet access.
You see, and that's why, we did the lessons on, I think what was that, in Thailand or somewhere, or Cambodia, somewhere, you have millions of bank accounts that got deleted and closed out because the people that had those bank accounts didn't link it with their biometrics. So after a certain point of period, they just closed out those bank accounts, man. And whatever money and whatever funds you had on it, because you didn't link your biometrics with that bank account, vanished into thin air. Poof, it was gone. It was no more accessible. And this is what they're doing with this system.
They have a kill switch, and opting out is not an option. No digital ID, no ability to participate in the economy.
See?
The World Economic Forum predicts 2026 will be the breakout year for this tech. So we need to watch out for announcements about global interoperability, which is code for a global tracking system. Nice. Here's where things get very interesting. You know how our identities will be wallet-based? Well, not only will our digital money we don't actually own or control be on our wallets at the mercy of the central banks and governments, so will all of our assets via asset tokenization. Our real estate, stocks, bonds, equipment, they are going to tokenize all of our assets, essentially by converting them into digital assets that reside in our wallets, where they can be frozen, restricted, seized, just like our money. We've explored real-world assets, or RWAs, on the channel as a...
You see, that's pretty much all I wanted out of that. But this is why, again, this is why we've been telling you, Jakes, man, you can't be so caught up and invested in this society, because this man is getting ready to move in a way to where, these very things that you own could eventually, let's say if you do own, houses, cars, you got some stocks and bonds and shit, pretty much your attachment to those things is going to be a reason of why ultimately you're going to roll over and and accept this man's mark. Because I worked hard my whole life. I got houses, I got cars, I got property, I got land. I don't want to lose all this shit. What you gonna lose it any fucking way? This is why she was saying they're gonna tokenize it. And at the point, here it is, right? He's gonna make you believe that, well, you can still have access to these things, you can still own it, just acquiesce to the system, allow it, give yourself over into it, take trust in the system, receive this charagma, take your MOTB, and you can still have access to all of your properties, not knowing that the moment that you disagree or you do something that they don't like, with the press of a button, they're going to take those assets any fucking way. You see, but this is why you can't be so invested and deeply, invested in this world, because the system this devil is creating. You're not gonna, like he said, part of the slogan of the WEF is you will own nothing and be happy. So whatever it is that you think you own, you don't own it any goddamn way. This devil was taking sole possession over every single thing on this planet Earth, from the air to the birds to the land to the trees to the cars, everything. He's trying to swallow it up and suck it up for himself. And he's just going to allow you the privilege of having access to these things as long as you're a good slave and an obedient dog, man. You see, and this is why, hey, we say the hell with this world, man. This is why we're looking for the world to come. This is why we're looking for our Savior, Yahweh, who's going to establish a new heavens and a new earth. And we're going to have our rulership and righteousness in our kingdom with Yahweh HaMashiach, man. And we're going to receive our inheritance and empower and rulership and, and everything that comes with it. You Israelites and you, Jake, are not going to get that here in this world and in this age under this damn devil Esau, Edom. He's looking to take everything from you, man, and allow you the privilege of having access to it as long as you're a good fucking slave, man. All right. So this is 2 Corinthians chapter. This is 2 Corinthians 4:18. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the thing which are seen are temporal. You see, our situation here in America is temporary, man. Remember, we were just brought here to serve our punishment and to serve captivity for our rebellion against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You see, this is what this great awakening is all about. This is why you see the prophets and the men of the Lord out there on the highways and the byways. This is why you're seeing the great awakening. This is why you're seeing the resurgence of the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in the earth. See, because we're getting ready to be delivered. Our captivity is just about up, And everythting that we have here, look, this is just a temporary situation. These bodies, your apartment, even if you got a house, if you got a couple of houses, some property, a business, a little bit of money in the bank, whatever you might have here is all a temporary situation. The Lord has bigger and better things in store, for the tribes in our kingdom, man. So this is why you can't be too attached to this world and to your so-called possessions, man. Because these things are all going to be destroyed, especially here in America anyway. So stop investing so much in it. Stop acting like you're going to lose something if it's taken from you, because it was never yours in the first place. OK, and we know only those with the eyes to see and the ears to hear will understand that. But hey, we still have to put that out there. It says, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. You see, and what do we have coming? An eternal kingdom, man. All right. And this is Matthew 6:19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt and where thieves break through and steal. And who's the ultimate thief? Esau. And this whole economic forum and this whole new world order, part of the agenda of it is to steal everything that you own, man. You see? And then what? They're going to give you what? A universal base of income. They're going to give you central bank digital currencies. Look, whatever type of FRN notes, which is not real money anyway, or whatever type of assets or things that you think you may own, are all going to eventually be stolen from you, man. He's setting the system to where he's going to be able to jack everything that you have, man. You see? And everything that you may be able to lose will be loaned unto you as long as you're, bowing down and being a good slave, man. You see, now, of course, now I'm not saying that you shouldn't work. You shouldn't, if you got money in the bank, I'm not telling you not to save money or not to try to have some type of nest egg or, to just throw your life away and just don't work and become a bum. But I'm just saying, you should understand that, look, whatever little bit of money you do have in the bank or whether, whatever you have right now, it's all just a temporary situation. And we know and see this man is setting up a system to where he's getting ready to tokenize all that shit anyway. And whatever you think you might have, you don't have. It's his. He's taking it. He's stealing it. And you can use it as long as you, worship the image, receive his mark, and do what you're told to do. Okay. It says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt and where thieves do not break through nor steal. You see? And what are we storing up with the Most High? Doing these videos, doing these shows, going out there on the highways and the byways, trying to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities and putting our faith solely in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai and in the world that is to come. Not here in this world, not bending the knee to Esau or his New World Order or his technocracy or receiving his goddamn MOTB. But putting our faith solely in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, even at the cost of our lives. You see? Our faith is totally in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai and his salvation and what he's promised and what he's has set up for us to have, not what Esau is going to present and falsely promise you, man. It says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. All right. And I'm going to get this one, Revelation chapter 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. You see, and this modernized image is everything that Crypto Casey was talking about. This system that they're bringing, this digital ID, your digital wallet, all of this tokenization, this digital system is the modern day image. It's this system that he's going to eventually force you people to bow down to, man. And it's going to require you eventually to receive a mark in your right hand or in your forehead, which is the charagma, the micro C hip. Right here. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. And this is what they're talking about at DAVOS, finalizing this image, this system, and how they're going to roll it on all of you people. All right. They're not going to give you any options. Either you're in or you're out. And once you're in, you ain't never getting out, especially if you take that charagma, because you're going to be destroyed before the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shai, in the presence of the holy angels, man. You see? And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, which is the charagma, the micro C hip, which is going to come after they force everybody to take, to link their digital identities with this system. And then eventually they're going to bring the mark, the MOTB, the micro C hip. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right. You want to function within this man's society. If you want to, if you want to buy and sell, if you want this, you want that, you're going to have to be eventually fully assimilated into this system beyond just, them having your digital, beyond you just linking your digital, your fingerprints, your iris scan, your face prints and everything else that they require is going to eventually culminate with the MOTB. Yep. You see, and this is what she was talking about. This is the system that they're getting ready to implement, man. And a lot of you, Jake, ain't ready, man. A lot of you, because, for whatever reason, are going to try to save your life, man. A lot of you, Jake, are going to eventually acquiesce and bow down and fully submit to this system, to your own destruction and your own death, man. And these devils are meeting right now at DAVOS to put the finishing touches on how they're going to roll this system out, man. So you can't say you didn't know. You can't say you didn't warn. We warned you ad nauseum. We're going to continue to warn you until we can't warn you anymore, man. You see, and this is why eventually they're getting ready, to put super heavy clamps on the internet and free speech and all these other things because, they're going to try to stop anybody from exposing their bullshit. But hey, it's already been exposed. And if you don't know, hey, that's on you. But you can't say that you didn't hear. So with that, I'm going to close it there. Lord willing, this was edifying. All praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai for putting the spirit in me to do this lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying. Shalom.